Hi, hello, and in today's video I am going to be redrawing in some of my favorite YouTubers' art style. Okay, that is the one toggle I remember what I toggled it to, so that's the toggle we use today. But I saw that a lot of art YouTubers with models were like using them like the little guy on the side, and I thought that was a pretty neat idea, so I am going to use that idea. I'm going to just record this first part and then I'm going to start the editing process. I just wanted to say that so like you go, oh why did the little guy change? Well, it's because I noticed that this is what we're all doing, and I'm going to do what we're all doing. And yeah, also if you didn't check out my last video, I have a VTuber model, very cute, very demure. I don't know if we're still saying that, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next part. Okay, so for this first for the first speed paint I did, I tried to do Neytrix's art style. Was this kind of a fail? Yes, it was a fail. This was kind of a fail for me. Was it a ton of fun regardless? Yes. I love Neytrix's art style. The way they just do everything enamors my eyeballs. And I really like it. And if you happen to see this, Neytrix, you're just great. And I'm sorry I did this to your art style. I tried to study the way they draw humans and tried to incorporate my Sona the best way I could. I don't think I did it very well. I think I could have made it more mechanically and like cool looking, but it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to in that sense. I tried to do the thicker and thinner line art, but I haven't done line art like that in so long. I couldn't figure out like how to do it properly. I get a better handle on it when I do Laverdertowns art style next, but for this the line art kicked my ass. I tried to add in black where like the shadows were too much, but I don't think I added enough. Even though I felt like I was kind of going overboard as I'm drawing it, but as I'm looking at it, I'm like, I definitely didn't add enough. And I tried to add some sort of like cool element of like my magic, like I have a magical pen. I'm not too sure how I did for this. It's okay. I feel like my crappily drawn hand kind of ruins the immersion of this being an actual like piece from them. I also don't think I rendered this the best. I had a trick for rendering like that kind of like looks like the way they do Neytrix does it, which is where I will put black and then I'll render over it. But I didn't do that trick this time because I do that for my own actual style that's not pixels. And so I was like, I can't just let this look like my art style. And so I did it completely differently, and I regret that. Also, there is going to be a bit of a big pause in this speed paint because I accidentally left it open all night like an idiot, and then I noticed it and I was leaving for school, and I was like, oh, I'm stupid. I did an oopsie, and then my computer was about to die, and I was trying to take notes, and it was like it was really sad for me. It was so sad for me. Yeah, as I was rendering this, I was trying to keep that in mind. I was also not sure about the lighting the entire time, which is like a no-no when you do paintings like these. Usually I have an idea, but for this one I just didn't. I was constantly looking on Google for references, and I still feel like I just don't think I did hit the nail on the head. I'm tempted to join their Patreon. Well, I've been tempted for years to join their Patreon and finally just bite the bullet and go, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet and sign up and get my little Sona or Stella drawn and the Patreon submissions, and I can finally see what that would look like, because that'd be super cool. And I'm tempted. I also changed my eyes slightly, and for both of these, that's not in my model because I didn't really think to do that. Where what I did was I made, so if you watch my last video, but if you're not, I am a living doll that's supposed to look like a little dragon, or I'm a dragon that got turned into a living doll, and I still have some of my dragon features. And so one of those is the little scales and the ears and the horns and the tail, as you saw in the beginning. And so one of the things I wanted to add was for all my living dolls, because I made an open species for it, were they have like baby doll eyes, sort of, where you can see, and you can kind of see when my Sona blinks. But I decided to make the eye, the eye color, baby eye color, on the like eyelids the same color as the scales. But I decided to do this, and then after I made this model, and I haven't fixed it yet. But that's a new design thing. That updated. But yeah, that is the first one I did for trying to replicate Neytrix's style. I don't think I did a very good job, but this was the first one I did. And I do want to try this again, maybe later. Maybe when I actually can sit down and like study their style like a lot more in depth, like I did with Studio Ghibli's art style. When I did replications of those in my own time, I'm gonna upload those eventually. I wanted to do a short and I couldn't figure out how to make it cropped like a short, and so I'm so sorry. But yeah, that is Neytrix's art style, and I'm going to move on to Laverdertowns. Okay. Alrighty. As you can see, I'm recording this in sections. This is gonna be a bit of a learning curve for me, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I think that's actually quite obvious, actually, of how much of a learning curve. Like I'm like looking at my model, making sure I don't mess up the way like it's supposed to look, because I naturally have little eyes. Okay, and every model I've ever played with or messed with on like VTube Studio never ever registers my fully open eyes as open, and so I have to hold my eyes super wide open, like I am shocked, like extremely shocked, so that the eyes actually look open instead of closed. Any little-eyed people would actually be able to help me out on figuring out how to fix this. That would be fantastic. But for now, we're doing it like this. Before this next drawing, I did Laverdertown. Laverdertown, I've done a style challenge like this, I think, multiple times. Same thing with Neytrix. I've just combined it both into one video. But I have done both of their styles, attempted multiple times throughout my Sona actually changing. And I decided to combine them, one, because I had a little bit more time to draw, and then two, I kind of wanted to do kind of an homage to those like super big, like there's like 20 drawings and it's like all trying and you're doing things in your style, which I am going to do one of those at some point. I just have to plan out what I want, and I have to probably draw one thing, a finished full body or half body, every single day for 14 days. And that's scary. Even though I'm pretty fast at drawing, like, that's still kind of scary for me. On to Laverdertowns. I had an idea of what I wanted already for this, because I did do this when I was just a normal dragon, and so I already knew kind of how I would stylize things. I've been following Laverdertown since before Laverdertown had 1 million subscribers. I'd like to put a ballpark around how long it's been. The Do This Not That art series is how I basically learned how to draw, and why I know now what I know. I will forever be grateful to Lavendertown for teaching me the things I've learned with art. And even though our styles don't really look similar anymore, there was a point where I just drew in like the anime equivalent of Lavendertown's art style, because it influenced me so much. And even now, looking at like everything she's done and with her webcomic and everything, I feel like I've grown with Lavendertown as a person, like in a weird way. Like we both grown as artists because like watching her improve and her career get better and just me getting better with art at the same time, it's kind of heartwarming. And so doing this was like really nostalgic for me. And like looking at her art like deeply like I used to. I don't have a lot to say for the decisions other than I did finally figure out how to do line art. I was having such a bad time for Neytrix's line art, and I don't know why, because that line art should be easy. Like, in theory, the line art for that art style should not be that hard for me. It just shouldn't, but it was. But I am probably gonna do a retry of that. I'm probably gonna do it next week, actually, so that I can say I actually did it properly. But for Lavendertowns, I thought I did a pretty good job of like line variation where she usually does line variation. Her lines are very thin and kind of like wobbly, but like it's not bad wobbly. It's actually like a decent wobbly. It's not like where you I don't know how to explain it other than it feels intentional, but it's not. And I really enjoy the way she does her line art, even though I don't really care for doing line art anymore. I really care for the way she does it. I think it looks really nice, and I think I did an okay job replicating it because I have extremely shaky hands. And for anyone who has shaky hands, Lavendertown's line art is your best friend. Just so you know. But yeah. And then for the pose, I just kind of did what I would think she would do if she was drawing like my design in a video for like a character design, which sometimes she does half bodies and sometimes she does like a thing where they're like scrunched up in the frame, and I did scrunched up in the frame. And then I just added on a multiply layer of like a pinky purpley color that I thought would complement my colors. I just color picked and I borrowed to see what texture she would use for the sweater. This one is my favorite out of the two because I think I hit the nail on the head pretty damn well, if I were to say so for myself. I think I got it. I did a pretty good job. And I'm gonna try again on the Neytrix one because I feel like I screwed up. I'm so sorry. But for Lavendertowns, I think I actually did a pretty good job. This might kind of looks more like her older art, I guess. But that's kind of the art I know better. Even though I still follow her art now, it's more like I'm more familiar with this because this is nostalgic for me. This is kind of what I'm more familiar with. So that's probably why it looks more like that. But I think like if Lavendertown drew fan art of me, this is what it would. I think I did a pretty good job. But yeah. I wanted to do this again to pay homage to my favorite artists, and every time I change my Sona, I do always end up doing one of these art style challenges, and since my Sona has changed, I did a style challenge. I had a lot of fun doing this, even though it was kind of painful for me sometimes with the line art, but if you guys have any styles from any other YouTubers or any media you guys want me to try, it may not be the next video, but maybe the video after that, I might try doing a whole like big art style like not collaboration, but like doing a bunch of art styles from a bunch of different things. And maybe I'll try to do like 10 or 11 different art styles. I'm probably gonna call some of them, like I'm probably gonna try to do Sailor Moon. And I'm probably going to try to do a couple of others off the top of my head. But yeah, if you guys want to do that, just Just give me a comment, tell me what you want. I might make a community post or a post on the Discord server. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. If you are new here and you like the art in this video, you should like and subscribe. If you are not new here, you should comment and share, so that people get out there and see the Miwa channel and see Niwa. Okay, that was corny, but you get the gist of it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.